this week's show, we drop into the Turkish baths, find out more about fodder, call into a town centre deli, get the organic scoop in Knaresborough, and just what is homeopathy. So Leslie, price is often a really important factor in today's market. How do you feel that you fare on price with other producers?
Price is really important. It's really important to the farmers. We pay them a fair price so they can carry on farming. That's important to us as what our ethos is. But equally, it's really important that people can afford to shop in here. And I think there's a perception that local food is expensive. Whereas free-range eggs, for instance, 99p here, at local supermarkets is 157. And that's the joy of when they just travel 9 miles. There's very little petrol costs, very little transport costs. The food miles down actually can make things a lot cheaper.
And with a lot of the other products that are maybe a bit more in price, is that, do you compete then on quality then, obviously?
Yeah, I mean, I think quality and flavour with things people would mention about this here first, but it's when you do your shopping and people don't know what things are. They might know what a pint of milk costs, they might know what some eggs cost, but I think it's when you leave and think, actually that sounds like good value, that feels like good value when you've paid your bill, and that's why people are coming back. We've got an old couple who used to shop in Morrison's. They said it's much cheaper to come in here. I said, well, how do you work that out? I said, well, because if we want one sausage from the butcher, he'll give us one. We can just buy what we need. We don't get any buy one, get one free offers. And so we just don't waste anything. He said the quality is so much better. So, you know, people can eat better for less money.
Yeah, and like you say, with the local producers being so close, it's a proper market that you can compete against, isn't it?
Absolutely. And you know, the Eggman's getting a fair price, we're selling at a fair price, and we're making enough margin to make enough money for the charity, but actually it's still 99p.
Okay, fantastic. But if you want a good bargain and you want to come out and find some really nice local produce, then there's nowhere better than fodder. Some wonderful food tips there. Now let's pop up into town and find out a little bit more about our local food. Hi, we've popped up into Harrogate today and we're speaking to Stuart from Wheaton's. Hi Stuart. Hi, can you tell us a little bit what Wheaton's is about?
We started about 5 years ago. 2 farmers got together, wanted to diversify their farming and get people back in touch with fresh food. So they set up Wheaton's, trying to support local farmers and give them back something that they've really lost in the past.
Okay, and I noticed you've also got a cafe in the shop. What would you say is your unique selling point for this business?
There's lots of unique selling points. For a start, we're a farm shop that we say is in the town. So you're local, you can walk into Wheaton's. If you live around Harrogate, it's quite easy to get to. Come in, have a coffee, you can watch people working, you can watch the butchers making the sausage, you can see what exactly goes into a sausage, what goes into a burger, get a chance to speak to the customers about where the cuts are coming from, what's in season. So there's lots of selling points that you can come in, just in case of just speaking to the staff and getting to know them.
And now we're going to go across to ABC of Health and find out a little bit more about homeopathic remedies. Popped over to the homeopathic remedies and we're speaking to Joe Harrison, who's going to tell us a little bit more about that. Hi Joe.
Hi.
Can you tell us a little bit about the homeopathic remedies, please?
Yes, the ones that we sell here are mostly used for acute conditions. They can be used for things like hay fever, or indeed things like this particular remedy, which is arginate, is very useful for exam nerves, or even people if they're taking a driving test, and it can just help just to settle their nerves sort of naturally without sort of resorting to perhaps some chemicals and things. Arnica is a very well-known remedy that we use and sell a lot of. Very good for example, bruises. If someone falls, bumps their head, as long as it's not too serious, and they might need to go to the doctors, get it checked out, of course, but arnica will actually help take the bruising down and deal with the shock that sometimes people feel. And indeed, if someone is going through a sort of a stressful time, then arnica is sort of a good remedy to turn to. The sample we have here is quite a good range for a lot of the acute symptoms that people suffer from, but indeed, as a homeopath, I would be dealing with thousands of remedies, and the idea it's holistic, so people come with a certain condition or symptoms, but because it's holistic, I'm looking at the whole person as well.
We're back in the market town of Knaresborough today, and we're talking to Anna at Mungo Deli. Anna, can you tell me what is Mungo Deli?
Mungo Deli is organic, fair trade, veggie, vegan, deli. So a bit of everything with lots and lots of products covering the wide range of foods, household products, cosmetics, wine, so a bit of everything.
And what makes Mungo Deli sort of stand out amongst other delicatessens in the area?
I think the sheer variety of stuff that we've got, the high quality, some of the bits are fair trade, some of them are organic, some of them are local. So I think, and the fact that we've got so much, and if we haven't got it, we're happy to get it for the customer.
Can you give us an example of some of those products, the kind of things that you maybe think that are unusual or slightly different than you'd see on the house?
Well, we've got this chocolate, which is dairy-free and gluten-free, is made in Wetherby, and it's got 73% cocoa in. So that's £1.50. So that's a very good product, and it's a local product, and people like that. And if you're dairy-free, so you're vegan, or you can't have dairy, to be able to have this as a real treat is great. Also, we've got some local spices which are here, and this is made by a couple in Harrogate.
Oh yeah.
And this, say if you're making tikka masala, it's already mixed the spice for you. So, and then there's a recipe on the back, and it's absolutely foolproof. I got my daughter of 18 to make it, who's got not a lot of culinary skills, and it was absolutely brilliant. So again, the fact it's local, people like that.
So the kind of local trade, is that something that you've purposely yourself you've picked up on and you've looked?
Yeah, just bits and pieces. So we do local honey, the spices that are local, the fruit and veg are from Newton Kyme near Boston Spa, and that's all organic, and some of it's actually grown on the farm. So again, people like that the fruit and veg hasn't travelled miles. And there was one week I think it was the first week in January, we had no carrots because they were frozen in the ground and they couldn't get them up. So the next week when they did come in, they were only obviously less than a week old, rather than being kept in the supermarket as they are in sand for months and months.
And we head back to Harrogate now, and we're going to join Martin at the Turkish baths for a little bit of pampering.
We're here at the Turkish Baths and Spa Treatment Rooms on Parliament Street in the heart of Harrogate, and we're going to be finding out a little bit more about how you can pamper yourself in the lead up to Valentine's Day. Now I'm here talking to Katie, who's going to tell us a little bit more about the Turkish baths, but first of all she's going to unveil a little bit of the history about the baths. So hi Katie.
Hi there. Turkish Baths first opened in 1897 and it's gone through loads of changes since it first opened. In 2002 the treatment area all got built on, and then 2004 it was restored to its original glory, which is where all the stencil work and things have been put back on after it was painted over for many years.
So tell us a little bit about the kind of packages and beauty treatments that people can get here.
Okay, we do many different treatments here. The main thing we offer is the Turkish Baths itself, which is all original and we're unique in Britain. There's no other really working baths that's as historical as we are. Then you can move on and do different treatments. We've got about 50 odd different treatments that we do that range from simple things like manicures and pedicures to facials, body wraps, and we do full day packages here as well.
So I walk through the door, me and my lovely wife. What's the first thing that we would experience here at the Turkish Baths?
You get welcomed by our lovely reception team, and they look after you, they welcome you in, they take you through to the Turkish Baths. You then get shown around by our attendants who explain how to use everything, because there is a little routine that you have to follow to get the most benefit from the baths. And then from there you would then be taken by the attendants for your treatments. And for your treatments you can go to the spa room where you can have a little jacuzzi. And we also do things like lunches here, and you can spend the entire day relaxing here.
That sounds like an amazing thing to do.